record. Okay, fine. The last one, the Six Sigma Lean tool for a process control. Okay, what are all the things we have to control the process here. Okay, the first one is, see, the TPM, that is one methodology. Okay, total productive maintenance. Okay, so this mainly go to the production unit. Okay, most of the time we are not using it because we are using a manpower to run our production. So this is very limited, but we can think of what is a system what we are using, or sometimes the software what we are using can be think of this particular angle. Okay, one is the preventive maintenance. See, for example, if any team is using the machinery, there will be a continuous preventive maintenance should be there. Otherwise, your machinery will go fault. Okay, that's called preventive maintenance. And predictive maintenance is nothing but, see, for example, the condition-based maintenance. If you take any of your two-wheeler or your car or something, they will give a when the next maintenance should be done. Okay, they will give a date. Okay, that's called your predictive maintenance. And breakdown maintenance, in the factory, if you see here, if the main production is going on and all of a sudden there is a breakdown, then there should be a breakdown maintenance will be there, which is the maintenance department will take care of it. And corrective maintenance, sometimes the output is not correct. They are going back and then corrective it. And then based on that, we will run it. Maintenance prevention. So previously what happened is in the industry side, okay, all the machinery will be maintained by some maintenance department or the repair department will be there. They will come and then do that maintenance part. See, for example, the oil changing, or every day they have to put some oil or a grease, something they will come and do. So to maintenance prevention, what they're doing nowadays and all, they will train the operator to do these kind of activity on a regular basis, so that the operator will also know what all the maintenance problem is going to happen in that particular machine and how they are going to do it. And autonomous maintenance, it's a team-based maintenance that primarily for the plant floor or shop floor operator, they will go and then they will have a scheduled, okay, how they need to do the maintenance of it. So, and characterizing the TPM involves employee. See, if you want to do any TPM activity in your factory, all the employees should be involved and everyone should have their own responsibility to do that particular activity. Autonomous maintenance is a daily routine. See, before when operator is coming to an office, okay, they will have a checklist. Okay, what are all the things he has to do? Say here before start of the machine, he has to clean the area, and like that they have their own routine and they have to follow on. Okay, and incorporates a company-led small group activity for a TPM. TPM is also a qualitative method which is used in the production flow. So what is the benefit? Increased productivity and efficiency. Unexpected breakdown can be reduce our cost and then inventory. Okay, and not holding the additional spare parts because of the maintenance problem. Reduce our accident and pollution can be reduced, and much firefighting will not be there because every place will be clean. Okay, enhancing our operator and our employee skill may be improved. So the person who is operating the machine should know about what is the spare parts, how we need to undergo that particular maintenance, everything. They should understand it. Okay, and the second one is the visual factory. This you would have been seen many area. So if you go to any mall, right, the bigger mall, or if you go to any of the theme park, okay, you will get these kind of the visual factory detail will be there. See, the visual factories make sure that within everything is very clear. See, if you go and then stand in this particular place, you know what should be there. Okay, all the places will be clearly give a visualization to you, and there's instead of repeated verbal communication, this visualization will give a detailed information to the team. Okay, the way of impart information so that employees within the area they will keep. Say, for example, if you go to the mechanical shop, okay, they will keep all the spanners in one particular place. Okay, from the height wise. Okay, the higher one will be in the first order, and then they will keep in the all the order. See, for example, if they're going to close the shop on that particular day, they will see that whether all the spanner is in that particular line or not. If not, something is missed and it has not come to the place, they will ask the people to bring it back to the particular place. That will happen. And if you go to some of the bigger organization, okay, they will keep all the file, and then they will put some diagonal line to show that this file should be in this particular order. If anyone is misplacing it, the line will not be proper. Okay, that's all visual factors, visual indications. Okay, So key tool for the visual indication is Jidoka. We'll call that as a Jidoka, making problem visible. That's what here we are mentioning. See, for example, if the system is running here, okay, we have the two mission. So from here, it need to go. For example, the product is coming defect, then it will give a alert and then it will say that it need to be stopped. Okay, the making problem visible to everyone. So this will give an indication saying that this will become a red alert. The light will be blown up saying that it need to be stopped. Okay, so the main thing is if we have any problem, make your problem visible to everyone so that it will get help from everywhere. Okay, automation will be in the human touch and clarify whatever targets can be improved. See, we'll take simple example. Okay, say you are running, you are handling a particular client. Okay, and if any problem with that client, make your problem in a exposed way so that the people in the higher management side or somebody above you, they will understand there is some problem in the account and then they can help you out or they will give more attention to that particular account to resolve it. See, for example, if you keep everything under the carpet, what will happen? One day it will blow up and the problem will be so serious we cannot stop that client at all. Okay, this is a way they have to see that whenever there is a problem, the alert should be intimated to everyone. Okay, there is some problem, we are working on it. That's a different story, but we have to tell them that there is some issue going on in this particular project so that everyone aware of it. Okay, that's one thing. And here the TPM in the service industry, how we are going to, that's what I told you, TPM is for a production industry. In the service industry, for example, we may use it for the system, what we are using and the equipment, that and all, we can try to implement the TPM. Okay. So the visual workplaces in the service organization, visual factory, in the, for example, we try to implement that in the LSG, right? Whenever the flow is coming in, that's what we planned. After that, it stabilizes very faster. Otherwise, we plan to implement this visual representation. Okay, the visual office will be extending motion of the visual factory. This is all nothing but simple. It's a visually we are representing what we are doing. Hello, everyone is there?
That's all.
Yes, Eric.
Yes, Eric.
Yes, Eric.
That's all. That's all. By this, we completed the green belt. Okay. Right. So, what are all the doubts you guys have?
In the PPT exam,